welcome to Module 2 of the UDL Implementation Pathway. My name is Bill Wilmot, an implementation specialist at CAST. Your school probably has a vision of the learner statement, sometimes as a part of a mission or vision statement, sometimes in the student handbook standing alone. This paints a picture of what we want students to know and be able to do, what they're going to carry into the world when they leave us. We often don't take the time to examine these statements carefully after they're initially created, and also to revisit these and ask whether they're well understood by everyone and embodied across the whole school in regular practice. Does everyone imagine the same actions, learning, thinking, and attitudes when they read this vision statement? Do you see them regularly reflected by all learners in daily life at the school? If you don't have a clear vision of a learner statement, either in a mission or vision statement or somewhere else, you might use this opportunity to formulate one that stands alone. If the answer to why UDL provides the urgency and fuel for the UDL journey, the vision of the learner points the direction, much like motivated and purposeful learners. For this reason, it is crucial to be clear about what your vision is and to rehearse in your collective imaginations what this looks like in practice. For this to truly integrate with and support UDL implementation, you will take some time in this module to see how your vision of a learner aligns with the definition of an expert learner. These don't have to be the same, but they should inform each other. Remember, expert learners are purposeful, motivated, resourceful, knowledgeable, strategic, and goal-directed. If you think of every learning experience as an expedition, you can think of the purposeful learner as the steering system, the motivated learner as the fuel propelling the journey forward, the resourceful learner as the team member who's always prepared, the knowledgeable learner is the navigator with a map who knows the terrain, the strategic learner as the bold leader ready to make complex decisions, and the goal-directed learner as the advisor who gets everyone to work together and reminds the team of where they're headed. Take some time to look at the expert learner definition and see how it lines up with your vision of a learner. Also, look back to your notes from instructional rounds to see what you identified then as particular areas of strength and particular areas of growth for your expert learners. In the resources for this module, you will find a tool to support this. As you do this work, you may find areas that do not fully line up, and there are likely to be differences. Perhaps there will be characteristics of expert learning that don't match up with your vision of a learner, or the other way around. In the first case, think about whether those characteristics might be important additions to your vision. If your vision of a learner outlines characteristics that don't appear in the definition of expert learner, think about whether and how UDL might still support these. More likely, you will find differences in emphasis or framing. Given what you know of UDL and expert learning now, think about whether there are any changes or additions that you would make to your vision of a learner. Even if you decide not to make any changes, consider how the idea of expert learning may expand or change the way that you might interpret your vision of a learner. Once again, your team will play the role of leading this effort with the rest of your school. For some, this step of refining your vision of a learner may not seem important, but this statement can become a central touchstone to return to on a regular basis. It's also an important symbolic move, indicating that you are fully embracing the ideas of UDL and working to integrate the ideas with the core identity of your school. This process of visioning has to be a shared one so that everyone in the school thoroughly understands what it means and has a clear picture of what this vision looks like in action. A clear and shared vision supports the hundreds of decisions we have to make each day as educators. Consider ways that you can lead this work among your colleagues and also think about ways that you might return everyone's attention to this vision from time to time. Finally, we at CAST are in the process of looking carefully at the current definition of an expert learner. So I would encourage you to send along any results of your work to inform our thinking as we consider the next iteration of the characteristics of expert learning. Thank you, and good luck with this next step in your implementation journey.